we had from the fourth paragraph until the end, okay, that is in another issue, okay, which is on directors. And I believe that you guys are doing very well in terms of that, okay. So I can see that you guys know what to highlight, what to do, okay. It's just that some of you might have lacking on what the points that are missing, okay. There are points that you guys are missing, okay. So today, since I'm not allowed to disclose the answer scheme, because of course the answer scheme will be almost the same like your final exam, okay. So that is one of the reason why I did not give you like one whole answer scheme, but I did identify, okay, some of the students with a very good scheme, okay, or answers that you can follow, okay. So one of it is I think I would go for Xin Yi sample, okay, and a round of applause to Xin Yi because she got full marks. Okay, semua orang raise hands. Dah lah switch on kamera pun tak, tepuk tangan pun tak nak. Apa adding korang ni? Okay, so good job Xin Yi, you did very well. Okay. Yang lain pun you guys ada missing sikit-sikit je guys. You guys punya marks is around 28. Ada lah tu, tak payahlah beri main tangan tu. Naik dia apa korang ni? Aduh, okay. So most of you guys got around 20 plus, you know, tak payah tepuk. Okay, so around 29. I think I got few of you guys got 29, 28, 27. It's just that some of you guys are missing because first of all, because you did not highlight the general rule. Okay, that's the first one. And then second one, for Ali. Okay, most of you guys mentioned that Ali is also liable. And I noticed that most of you guys did not cater the fact that Ali, whenever Ali was making decisions or whenever Ali was doing something, okay, he actually do it for the benefit of the company. And the way I arrange situation of Ali is actually to exclude him from the liability. So yang tu ramai yang miss out on that, okay, because there is a possibility where Ali can be discharged from the liability. Okay, so most of you guys did not got that right, alright, but usually macam kalau you tak dapat that one correct pun, you will be missing around 3 to 4 points and that's all. Okay, so don't worry too much. Okay, maybe you did not get full marks, but that's good enough. Okay, whatever that you guys are doing, I really I'm really proud, okay, of your achievement. So I think you guys will be doing well, okay, as well in your final exam. Okay, so let's go through these questions. Okay, so first of all, we have this squid manufacturing, Sdn Bhd, blah 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 blah. Okay, and then she actually bought a land. Okay. And then she decided not to proceed with the sales of the land. She was prepared to pay for the damages of the breach of contract. Okay, the whole thing ni, from here, okay, dia nak spray wangi pula guys. Time orang datang je dia spray wangi. Iya, tahu tak apa. Okay, for your information, this whole thing ni, okay, the whole thing yang I highlight tu, that one is not important at all. They're just creating a story, okay, to show you, oh, this is what happened, alright? It's just that, okay, where is you should start, highlighting the question is that here, okay, she decides not to proceed with the land, with the sale of the land, okay, so she actually form a company, okay, transfer the land to the company or sold the land. Okay, the thing is in here, most of you guys thought that she has not yet sell the land. That's where you got it wrong. She already sold the land to the company. So by right, the title of the land is no longer belongs to the person. It now belongs to the land is now belong to the company. So that is one of the reasons why the question was whether she can take a legal action against Miss Minyo, okay, and reclaim the land in Kampong Maba. So the question wants to know, okay, now that the land belongs to the company, are you able to take an action? That's what the question wants to know. Okay, so that's the first issue. Right, second issue, okay, we are talking about blah 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 blah, improve the movement control order, blah 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 blah. Okay, and then all right. In here, you can see that after receiving approval from the general meeting, okay, so Ali suggested blah 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 and things like that, alright. So by right, okay, it was nothing on the fact that Ali is doing something wrong, okay, towards the company. And even you can see in here, despite the struggle faced by the company, the other directors, so we are talking about the other parties. We are not talking about Ali. I'm not sure whether that's what you guys are missing out. All right. I think that's one of the reasons why you guys mentioned last at the end of the day, or your conclusion was all directors are liable. So that's where I basically minus your marks. Okay, that's where you lose your marks. All right. So despite the struggle, the other directors, blah 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 blah. Okay, so a purchase was made. Okay, by Datuk John J. Okay, and then the name. Right. So to attract more direct investors. Okay, continue to purchase. So Ali was against the idea. So again, I actually exclude him. He was against the idea. Okay, and then the company's financial status continues to decline in the middle of 2021. Okay, and then unable to pay. Okay, advise the liquidator. I noticed that there are some who still cannot answer based on the correct issue. Okay, I did identify some of you guys. Okay, so how do you create your issue? Your issue is already there. It should be in the form of questions, right? Okay, some of you guys decides to copy paste here. Itu 1 marks tau guys. It's actually equals to 0.5. You dah rugi kat situ dah. Okay, so some of you guys actually need copy and paste advise the liquidator. Okay, you can't simply just copy and paste. You are supposed to paraphrase it, okay, make it into questions. That's what you are supposed to do. All right. So if you are actually having the same issue for the first issue just now, you're missing 1 marks there. Okay, so you have to be very careful for your final exam, okay, or any other question later, right? Make sure that you do not make the same mistakes. But of course, those that problem, I will identify those people, okay, and I will privately ada consultation lah for you guys, okay, because from there I can see that you are not focused lah during class. But this is what we've been doing all the time. I believe that that's what we always do, okay, the exercises and whatnot. So just, so that you guys are aware what you have to write and whatnot, okay? And it's just a simple copy pasting. You just have to tukarkan jadi questions je. And I bagi you 1 markah, itu pun tak nak tak apa. Jangan repeat. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so now you guys know that I can see that you guys have no problem on identifying the questions or the issue. Okay, so what we are going to do today, okay, will be this. Okay, so basically, all right, Cindy, I'm using your sample. Okay, so first issue, this is the best sample that I get so far. Okay, that's why she got full marks. All right, so set a timer for 15 minutes. What's the time now? 2:30. Okay, I have 15 minutes. Nampak tu? Dia siap set timer. Inilah masalah ada kawan-kawan ini. Okay, so anyway, we have the first issue. Whether Datin Hoyon can take legal actions against Miss Minyo and reclaim the land in Kampung Mabel. So when we talk about this, okay, this one is under which topic? Section 20, section 21. We are talking about settlement and settlement. Ni which topic ni? Obviously, chapter 2. Very good. So this is about separate legal entity. Only, I think around 3 of you guys got it wrong, where you cannot identify. Okay, I know that it looks like contract law, but please remember that this is company law subject. Why you are talking about selling property, why you are talking about contract, that there is a breach of contract lah, okay, you can take an action under contract acts. Ada tau. Kalau you nak buat pasal contract, pergi ambil business law. Tapi ambil macam ni. Okay, so that's where, of course, the question should be catering your syllabus. So which one that is similar, and we have I think in tutorial pun kita ada discuss kan, yang almost the same sample kan. It just, I think I twist sikit. Last time it was a personal capacity, but this time around it was under a company. The property was owned by the company. Last time it was owned by a personal capacity. Okay, so if you look at Sin Ye's answer, all right. So first of all, you can see that Sin Ye actually start with section 20 and 21. So that is to explain that, okay, your company, once it has been incorporated, once it has been formed, okay, it has been registered, it has separate the company and the individual. Okay, and then she supported that answers with Salomon and Salomon. All right, and then, okay, so you should start with the general rule. And then only you move to your exceptions. Okay, that's the most important part. All right, you can't straight away jump to the exceptions without explaining the general rule, because I think yang ni pun the most common mistakes that you guys do. You jump straight. Yes, I know you understand that this falls under the exceptions, but how come you talk about the exceptions without talking about the general rule? It will be impossible because the exceptions come from the general rule. Okay, so basically, then we have, of course, we are talking about J-foot moto. So we are talking about exceptions. Okay, I took both exceptions. Okay, if you took, you explained about Aspatra, okay, because the company was established based on fraud. Okay, Aspatra case, that's acceptable. And if you talk about J-foot moto, that is also acceptable. Okay, so either one. All right, so as long as you talk about the principle, the general rule, I give you 3 marks. Okay, the section, explanation of the sections, and Salomon and Salomon, you got 3 marks. You miss out Salomon, I minus 1. All right, okay, so that's for general rule. And then move to your exceptions. When you talk about exceptions, you must be able to explain that when it falls under the exceptions, you are no longer under the general rule. So just now in the general rule, it mentions that you are not your company. But when it falls into the exceptions, okay, we are talking about there is no will anymore to protect you. You are now a one entity. So that's what you are supposed to say in your exception. Okay, and then you talk about the case of J-foot moto, then I give you another marks. All right, so you got 3 marks there. Okay, so if you simply just mention, oh, this is under exceptions. Under what exceptions? Which exceptions that you are talking about? How does the exceptions apply to this rule? Okay, so you can see in here, in your law, okay, this all comes from your lecture notes. Am I right? Okay, so everything that is in here, this comes from your lecture notes. Okay, did Sin Ye explain anything on the on Miss Neo ke, or in by Datin tu ke? Did she mention anything about that? Nothing. You should not be explaining that in your law. But some of you guys did. Okay, but I still give marks. Okay, if I see that your points dekat application tu missing, and if there is anything that you mention about these people or this party in your law, I still bagi marks. Okay, kalau tidak memang your marks nanti memang disaster lah. Alright, okay, then moving on to the next one. Okay, so any questions on the law? On the law part? Hello, I cakap dengan dinding ke? Hello. Okay, so tak ada eh? Alright, okay, no questions. Alright. Okay. Okay, so when we talk about the application, so this is when you start to talk about Kampung Marble, okay, you start to talk about Datin, you start to talk about Miss Me. Okay, so basically this is where you apply. So first of all, let's see here. Okay, just now you were talking about Salomon and Salomon. Kan? You're talking about they are separate legal entity. Okay, so how do you apply? Okay, the general rule of Miss Neo having a company is to have effect and the principle, which means Miss Neo and her company, Miracle Miss Remember Heart, are of different persons. So that's how we apply. Okay, you are talking about, okay, now that we look at the situation of these people, she and her company, they are a different person. Okay, so that's how you apply. You use their name now. You use the name of the parties. Alright, okay, and then, however, there is an exception, which the view of incorporation. Okay, so the intention of her incorporated the company is to run away from the obligation. So ni you dah start masuk on the exceptions. You are talking about, okay, now that the purpose of having that company is actually to run away from your contract. Okay, so now when we talk about the exceptions, okay, this show that there is an element of fraud or something unethical. Therefore, the veil will be lifted as this is the judiciary exception. So once it was lifted, because the company was created based on fraud, okay, then Miss Minyo and Miracle Miss Remember are now regarded as one entity. So you can see here, okay, you nampak flow dia. You can see the flow here. You start with the general rule and then you apply to the exceptions. Okay? Alright, are we clear? Okay, very good. Alright, so next, moving on, of course, we have in conclusion. Okay, of course, the Tin Ho Yuen, okay, because you already talked that they are regarded as one entity. Okay, so of course, he can take legal actions against Miss Mio and reclaim the land in Kampung Mabel. Okay, so by right, you should mention juga lah because of they are now regarded as one entity. Okay, that is also acceptable. Alright, but this one is good enough lah. This is almost the same macam I punya answer scheme. Alright, okay, so that's for the first question, for the first issue. Any questions? Are we clear on that? Ada siapa-siapa ada masalah? Ada siapa-siapa tak puas hati dengan I? Nak gaduh? I would like to object. Cubalah cuba. Tak ada? Okay. Alright. Okay, so move on to the next issue. Okay, so the next issue ni memang you guys memang the bomb. Most of you guys got more than 10 marks. So I have no issues on this, okay. So basically, just that you guys missing dekat part of defenses available for Ali. That's all. Okay, you guys buat mistake only on that part. The rest of you guys did very well. Okay, so when we talk about the issue, okay, so this is on the issue. Alright, so whether they actually liable, okay, for the breach of director's fiduciary duty. Okay, most of you guys got this one. I tak ada masalah lah because semua orang memang biasalah benda online. Cuba final exam tengok. Kan, cuba exam kat hall tengok. Ini kena hafal ni semua ni. Okay, so anyway, when we talk about that, alright, so we have actually 3 parties lah that you have to highlight. Actually 4 parties. Okay, but because Datuk dengan Datin tu they are almost the same parties kan. They are considered as one entity, macam one parties lah. Okay, so this is what Cindy did. Okay, so because you will have to identify, okay, this one buat apa, this one buat apa, this one buat apa. Alright, so when she did this, okay, so she highlighted, okay, Ali performed his power, okay, he did reasonable care, skills and diligence. So this is how you apply. You were talking about section 213, kan? You were talking about, okay, you are making decision for the benefit of the company and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he declares all the process, he and proposal in the general meeting, okay. He also act in the best company's interest when he rejected the idea. So this is how you apply. You bukan copy and paste You bukan copy and paste. You question you just bagi tahu, okay, the question you just mentioned about, okay, where is it? Oh, Ali was against the idea, blah, blah, blah. So how do you apply? Okay, Ali rejected because he act in the best interest of the company. So that's how you apply. Because most of you, okay, you guys lose your marks. One thing is because you guys copy and paste. You just said, oh, he rejected the idea. He was against the idea. But what's the link dengan you punya duty? What's the link dengan your duty, the sections yang you explain banyak-banyak lebar sampai 11 point ni? Okay, So there is no connection in between the law tu dengan situation of Ali or situation of any of the party. So that's where you actually lose your marks. Korang nak tengok korang nak tengok something tak? Dia message I, dia sebelah. Dia message I 5 minit lagi. Inilah kawan-kawan guys. Benda record kan? Okay, alright, we are almost done. Korang selalu kena macam ni ke? Korang selalu kena bully macam ni ke? Dah lah dia suruh I drive daripada cyber Tanggelang. Lepas tu dia bagi time. Okay. Sama okay. Oh, the timer. The timer tu Zari. Oh, Zari suka buat macam ni kat kawan-kawan Zari. Tak payah Zari. Penat tau kawan-kawan, kesian kawan-kawan. Okay, so this is what astaga, ramai aku punya perangai yang sama. Apa edit korang ni? Iya, you je punya. Okay, I say I silap decision lah guys hari ni. I tak patut datang. I just patut biar je. Okay, so when we talk about, okay, so of course, obviously, Hesu and also Datuk Jung Jae and Ho Yeon ni, okay, obviously they have breached the duty, okay, because of course they are using the company's money for their own benefit. I punya timing insyaAllah boleh percaya. Korang jangan selalu kena game ni. Okay, so basically, of course, obviously, okay, Heso ni, okay, he entered into contract and he got benefit. Okay, secret profit 10% from the commission, right? Okay, so obvious lah, that one is in secret profit. So, okay, you have section 218, okay, and then Datuk and Datin, obviously they are buying the yacht, okay, for their own personal use, not for the benefit of the company, okay, so focusing on their personal interest instead of company's interest, okay, and of course, obviously they did not declare, okay, and they were abusing their power, okay, to benefit themselves, okay, so this is how you apply. All right, this is how you apply. You just not, you do not simply just mention, oh, they did this, but how do you relate it to the duties which is under section, which section, and whatever that is explained in the company side. All right. Okay, so of course in conclusion, okay, Ali cannot be made liable for the breach of director's duties. Okay, on the other hand, Datuk Jung Jae, okay, Datin and Heso can be made liable for the breach of director's fiduciary duties. So that's how you conclude. All right, okay, so are we done? Any questions so far?
All right, no question. That's it for today.
Okay, sekejap. Okay, nampak kan? Nampak. Nampak tu? Okay, tak ada question kan? Okay, sekejap, sabar dulu. Ini semua kompasan, betul tak? Benda record.
Kita gang.
Korang sebenarnya malas kan nak kelas dengan I sebenarnya kan? Korang tak ikhlas kan sebenarnya kelas ni kan? Okay, anyway. Baru bertenang kawan itu.
I nak kaget.
Okay, alright. So anyway, I know that I'll be seeing you guys next week again. Tapi, okay, tak, kita ada tapi. Sebab I nak cuti. Apa ni exam korang jadi lah. Yang nak exam korang kan. Okay, I nak cuti. Hari Khamis and I'm gonna be on leave. Jangan nak berangan. Ingat dapat ke cuti habis semua? Okay, I really have to, but okay, because I need to take leave. Kurang ajar betul. Jahat dua dia ni. Okay, I'm not going to be available on 11 and 12. Okay, bye. Alright, can we have a class either on Monday and Tuesday? Do you still have class next week? Kenapa korang ada kelas? Oh my god, sedih hidup. Sedih hidup korang. Sianya. Oh, revision. Okay. So can we have a class either on Monday or Tuesday? Because I think Wednesday I couldn't make it. Monday can. Okay, Monday what time? you guys are available. Next week pun memang kita buat ni je guys. Kita buat revision je. After 2 PM Monday. Anytime before 3. Alah. Mak ai. Korang hidup jangan apa ni. Kelam pukul 6. Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday what time? Tuesday after 2 PM. After 4. Oh.
Miss, Wednesday macam biasa?
Wednesday tak? Dia ni. Orang cakap dah Wednesday tak boleh. Okay. So Tuesday after 4. Because I think Zari tadi cakap. Zari ada kelas ke?
Four to 6.
Oh, few of us got class. Oh, okay, 4 to 6. If you guys are okay with that. Okay, alright. So then Tuesday 4 to 6. Okay guys, I'm very sorry but I have to leave.
Madam.
Ya, kenapa?
Ada tutur 5 to 6 Tuesday.
Okay, 3 to 5. Siapa yang, alamak, tapi tadi je. Sebab some of them got class 3 to 4. Macam mana tu? Oh, I cannot malam. I pukul 8 dah tidur. Pukul tidur nanti I stress. Morning, 8. I got class 8. I ada class 8. Okay, macam ni. Why not we do it 3 to 5? 3 to 6. Those yang ada tutorial at 3 to... Baik, buat sejam-sejam je. I set je lah 3 to 6 So if after you are done with the class, okay, you join. 10 AM tak boleh. I ada class 10 to 11. Okay. So after that, then you, yang mana yang ada tutorial lepas tu, you guys leave lah after at 5 tu. Okay. Alright. Okay. So if that's the case, then 3 to 6. Alright. Okay, I guess that's about it for today. I'm just gonna take your attendance based on the Google Meet tadi ni data. Okay. Wish me luck guys. Aku tak tahu kenapa I buat kerja macam ni hari ni. So enjoy your break. Okay, enjoy your Deepavali break. Okay, have a good rest. Okay, yeah. Thank you Kemi. Bye everyone.
Kemi ada kat sini.
Apa?
Kemi.
Kemi ada. Ya. Kemi kita dia nak suruh you ni.
Dance.
K-pop dance. Dia
Nice.
tu left. Miss Diana. I mana ada kawan lain guys. I tak ada orang nak kawan dengan I. Apa tu?
Hi Zari.
Aduh. Ya, next week pun
Discuss
discuss tutor. Kita buat revision je. These are all revision exercise. Okay? Alright. Okay.
Madam,
Yes.
I have a question about the assignment. Should I just...
Ya Allah, Alia, I nak reply you punya email. Don't worry about it. Okay? I take it as what it is. Okay, don't worry.